C'est un paradis pour certains. Mais au-delà de son excellente réputation, on y retrouve en moyenne 63 crimes par semaine, dont 11 crimes violents. Un fait surprenant, on a 3 fois plus de chances d'être victime d'un crime ici qu'à New York. Et comme j'ai peur de rien, direction Niagara Falls. Quand on pense à Niagara Falls, on pense aux chutes. On pense à un endroit de destination pour des vacances. On pense à un endroit qui est paradisiaque. Et dans les faits, du côté canadien de la frontière, ça l'est. Du côté américain, par contre, ils ont une culture complètement différente. Donc, pour me donner un tour de ville, j'ai réussi à trouver un reporter ou quelqu'un qui aspire à devenir reporter. Sa motivation derrière tout ça, c'est de faire en sorte de faire connaître la ville comme étant pas le paradis que tout le monde croit que Niagara est, puis finalement, faire prendre conscience aux gens que ce qui se passe à Niagara Falls est en train de détruire non seulement la ville, mais la société américaine. So this is a beautiful Niagara Falls. That's where people come to see the falls, enjoy a nice weekend. But there's another side to Niagara Falls also.
Absolutely, man. People come from all over the world to see the beauty of the falls, but they don't see the ugliness. They don't see the grittiness of the streets and what people are living through, just a minute or two away. It's just mind-boggling.
Donc, quand je rencontre Joey, c'est pas l'image que je m'étais fait de ce que j'avais réussi à trouver sur le net. Par contre, ce qui m'a frappé, il connaissait non seulement très bien sa ville, il était vraiment en mesure de m'expliquer l'effet de la criminalité sur la communauté locale. How do you explain the difference between this side and the Canadian side?
It's like night and day, okay?
Because
that side is thriving.
Just a bridge.
Right, it's just a bridge. This side is thriving. This side is depressed. We've lost our population. We started out at 120,000 people. We're down now to 49,000 people, okay? This side is actually increasing in population because they're doing so well.
How do you explain that? What are they doing on the Canadian side and you're not doing here?
The Canadians started off with tourism when they first started up their city. Our side started with industry. So what they did was very similar to Detroit, very similar to Cleveland, Ohio, Buffalo, New York. What they did was they brought people from the South and they gave them jobs in factories, and a lot of people also came over from other countries to work in the factories. So what happened was you had people who were making equivalent of like maybe $60,000 a year, which was good money. For now, even here, they were making a lot of money that they could have a wife, they could have 3 kids, a dog named Spot, a white picket fence. All the typical 50s American nostalgia, you were able to afford that. And you didn't even need a high school education. You could walk in off the street and they would give you a job making all this money. So everybody moved here because it was such a booming area. And if you got fired at one factory, you could walk across the street and get a job at another factory that paid you almost even more money than you were making. Well, when all that collapsed, the poverty rates rose. Everybody left town. The drugs came in because people were depressed. That spurred crime. The drugs spurred crime rates.
Donc, après y avoir expliqué ce que je recherchais, ça lui plaisait vraiment beaucoup parce qu'il désirait vraiment me montrer les pires endroits de la ville. Il m'a emmené à un bar qui s'appelle le 3M, où il y a eu une fusillade et un individu a été tué. This is a memorial. There's many of those around.
That's correct. We are in front of 3M's Club on Highland Avenue. This is for this homicide memorials for Franchot Wallace. He got gunned down last year. He had a fight with somebody, a physical fight inside the club. When he walked outside of the club, the person who killed him followed behind him. He had a gun and he shot him in the back and he killed him. It just seems like it's such a coward way to kill somebody, you know? I actually knew Franchot. We went to grade school together. I knew him in grade school. I didn't hang out with him that much, but it's a small city. People know each other, you know? As an adult, I saw him, I'd bump into him. I was real friendly with him. He was always a really friendly guy. I had just seen him about a week before he got murdered. Nobody ever anticipated he would get murdered because he was such a friendly guy to everybody.
Un fait qui m'a vraiment marqué, c'est que même si c'était rempli de témoins, personne n'a parlé à la police. Ce qui nous démontre que finalement, les gens ont tendance à vouloir se mêler de leurs affaires, surtout lorsque ça implique des guns.
If you look at the stats right now, you go to Google, you type in 100 most dangerous cities, we rank at number 38.
Not only it's among the top 100, but it's also among 17,000 other cities in the U.S.
That is correct. It's not like they only picked 100 cities when they did the stats. They actually picked those 100 from 17,000. And to put it in perspective, Compton, California is at number 44. So we are 6 cities more dangerous than Compton, California. We only have 49,000 people here. To put that into perspective, the Baltimore Orioles have a stadium in Baltimore in Camden Yards. That seats 49,000 people exactly.
So you could actually see the city of Niagara Falls.
You could literally put every person who lives in Niagara Falls in that stadium. In 2010, in a 3.5-month period, we had 23 shootings and 20 other firearm-related crimes.
Speaking, about crimes, to be ranked number 38, we're talking violent crime.
Right. In order to be ranked in that list, it's only based on violent crimes. There's 4 determining factors for what constitutes violent crime. That's murder, that's rape, robbery, and that's aggravated assault. Now, robbery is not burglary. Do not get the two confused. Burglary is when you break into a house. A robbery is if I come up and I stick a gun in your head and I say, you give me your wallet or I'm blowing your brains out all over the pavement. That's a robbery. An aggravated assault is if I come up and I stab you 6 times in your chest and I just walk away and leave you bleed out on the street, but you somehow live. That is aggravated assault because there is no category for attempted murder. So it just gets put under aggravated assault. And that is why we were on that list. It's just wild because people don't know these things, and they say, well, I'm from Chicago, we have 400 murders a year, but it's like, well, you also have 2.7 million people living there. It's higher on the list because of the fact that the rate per population, you have a higher chance of being a victim here per population than other places, and people don't understand that. And they don't understand that a lot of times these shootings and these stabbings that are very serious, they don't end up killing the person because Buffalo has a very good trauma center. When you get shot and stabbed in Niagara Falls and your life is on the line, they literally take you and they ship you out to Buffalo and they stick you up right there. I know somebody that happened to, and we're gonna talk to him later on.
continuer à me promener dans les rues parce qu'il faut comprendre, il y a des gens qui vivent là. On peut avoir certains blocs de maisons abandonnées, mais on va toujours trouver de la vie. Et c'est ce qui fait en sorte que c'est intéressant. C'est de voir comment les gens vivent à travers tout ça. So I couldn't help but notice then you have the scanner all the time with you.
Yeah.
So what are you using it for?
So this basically monitors the police traffic in the area. So what it does is if something happens, if somebody gets shot or stabbed or there's a robbery, it comes over here, and I know where to go check it out. So when I was heavily running street news, I would listen to this all the time, and I would go to each location and try and cover it the best that I could,
Là, on s'en va rencontrer un de ses amis, Pat. Pat a une histoire à me raconter, parce qu'il a été poignardé à plusieurs reprises par un de ses amis d'enfance. Et c'est là que j'ai compris que la criminalité à Niagara Falls tourne autour du fait que les gens consomment ensemble, font des activités sociales ensemble, et là, ça dégénère.
So, Pat, Joey told me that something bad happened to you a couple months ago.
Yeah, I got into an altercation with, was a good friend of mine. I've known him since about, I want to say 10th grade. And he ended up stabbing me 6 times from my chest to the other side of my chest to my belly button.
Now you have a son. You had your son in your arms when that happened, eh?
No, I didn't have him in my arms. He just was there, and he was playing with his little cousins, my little cousins. All that happened, and they just happened to peek their head out, and they just seeing all that. They don't know what's going on.
So you got lucky to get out of it alive.
They're alive. Yeah, I went to Memorial Hospital. They put the first chest tube in me, and they patched me up pretty good before they drove me all the way to Buffalo, New York, to ECMC Hospital, and they had to drain out all my blood. I had to get a breathing tube going down my throat, a breathing machine, all types of stuff.
What a terrible experience.
Nasty, really nasty, yeah.
I don't want to talk much about it because, I think it's sad and bad enough and you had to experience it, but, you still live here.
Yes.
Somehow.
Yes.
That's dangerous.
I'm still living.
Raising your kids around here. You really want this to happen?
No, I don't see a good future for my kids here. I didn't see a good future for me when I grew up. I was his age.
When you reflect on that experience, what did you learn?
Oh, to watch my surroundings at all times, and just to keep a close eye on people, even your family. That's friends and family. I mean, they're the people that it seemed like that'll stab you in the back the most. It happens like that, and I don't even know why. But I guess it's Niagara Falls life. It's the way Niagara Falls is, 716. Hey.
Thanks a lot, Pat.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing this with me. High five.
He's so shy.
Ensuite, Joey décide de m'emmener chez lui parce qu'il veut me montrer ses armes à feu. Il se rend dans sa chambre à coucher, et ce qui est surprenant, c'est qu'il y a 2 armes à feu qui sont juste à la tête de son lit. Et ça, c'est pour se protéger. Is it loaded?
That's a 12 gauge. That's not loaded. That's a Mossberg 12 gauge. You put the shells in at the bottom here, and it holds up to about, I want to say 8, I think. And then you just push this little button here, you push that down, and then you go forward and it loads.
That's good self-defense.
Yes, this right here. Because what happened was, me and my wife, we had a dream the same night that somebody was trying to break in, and there's a lot of burglaries in the area too. So what happens is, if anybody tries to break in, who's at the door? You know what I mean? Just like that, just to see if anybody's trying to.
It's perfect for indoors.
Yeah, this is good too, because if I were to shoot it, it won't go through the walls. But the problem is this right here will go through the walls.
Oh, you have an AK as well.
This will go through the walls. This will go through the wall, through his wall, through the neighbor. You know what I mean? This will go all the way through. This right here is an AK-47. This is semi-automatic. I just wanted one since I was a kid. You know what I mean? You used to be able to go and buy one of these for $400 at the Buffalo Gun Center, and you used to not have to register this. But the new governor that we have now, just created what's called the SAFE Act, and these are technically banned, but I had to register this, I had to grandfather this in. So this is legal. This is 100% legal. But that shows that if I can get one of these, anybody else can get one out here illegally. You ever seen one of these? You ever had one of these before?
No, I've seen them
Yeah,
before.
go ahead.
I'm good. I'm
You
good.
sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Ah, come on, you look a little nervous, man. This ain't gonna bite you. It's empty, man. You're good.
Ça, c'est un fusil pour aller à la guerre. Les gens ont ça dans leur maison. L'autre aspect qui me frappe, c'est comment qu'un individu comme Joey, qui, au premier coup d'œil, tu t'attends vraiment pas à ce que cette personne-là ait des armes à feu à la tête de son lit pour se protéger. Et c'est le cas. Et non seulement c'est le cas chez lui, c'est possiblement le cas chez beaucoup de gens qui vivent à Niagara Falls. Of a necessity it is to own a gun.
I would say a high necessity in Niagara Falls. Yeah, because you could be walking down the street late at night and somebody comes up and robs you. You know what I mean? So I've never personally been robbed walking down the street, but there are other people who have.
Thanks a lot, Joey.
No problem, man.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Donc, maintenant que je connais les quartiers chauds de Niagara Falls, j'ai plus vraiment besoin de Joey pour pouvoir aller m'y promener. Et là, lorsqu'on arrive en fin d'après-midi, il commence à y avoir plus d'action, parce que là, les gens commencent à s'activer. Vous savez, c'est un peu comme les vampires. Quand le soleil baisse, les vampires sortent. Donc, la criminalité, c'est un peu comme ça que ça se produit dans souvent ces quartiers chauds-là. Et ce qui me frappe, c'est que je vois beaucoup de prostituées dans la rue. J'ai tenté de parler avec quelques-unes, j'ai reçu des refus assez catégoriques, mais finalement, j'en ai trouvé une. Nicole, qui, elle, a accepté de me parler et de me raconter son histoire. So, Nicole, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
I'm 27. I grew up in Ransomville, it's a little town by Lewiston Country. I came to this city when I was like 17. My parents had passed away, so I came up here by myself. It's a lot easier, you know, surviving in the city compared to the country.
How it did work out for you?
In the beginning, great. You know, I got a job bartending, waitressing. I had about 4 years clean. During my clean time, I'd gotten back with my high school sweetheart, and, you know, he relapsed.
While you were pregnant?
Yes. He asked me for a child, too, and I'm like, are you kidding me? 6 months after the baby was born, he was still lying to me, using behind my back, and I'm like, fuck it, you might as well party with my man instead of getting lies, you know? So I started using with him, and it just got really out of hand, and we got evicted. Him and the baby went up to his parents' house, and they told me I needed to find a place to live, so.
So they threw you out?
Yeah.
After that, what happened? What did you do? You have to make money, you have to make a living. Life is not easy.
Right, you know. There's not many ways girls can really make money out on the street. We do what we have to do.
Was it tough for you mentally?
I try not to think about it, really, but.
Is it tough?
Yeah, it's absolutely tough. You know, you meet a lot of crazy people out there. In January, I actually was viciously assaulted by a John, and he cut my face open right under my eye. I have a huge scar from it.
With a knife?
Actually a dentist tool.
What?
Yeah.
You know, obviously, I'm going to ask you a question. You might not know the answer, but what do you think it would take to quit that lifestyle?
It should be my daughter, you know what I mean? And it helps, you know, it helps when I'm in treatment and actually doing the sobriety thing. It does, but sometimes, like, you know, it just grabs you, man. Like, my addiction is like doing push-ups waiting for me to get out of rehab, you know what I mean? It's fucking waiting for me, and it's crazy. I've been addicted to fentanyl and heroin since I was 16 years old.
What are you using?
Heroin and crack.
Heroin and crack? Is it expensive?
Yeah. Yeah.
How much a day are you using?
Probably about 200 at the least.
$200 a day?
Yeah.
Some gentleman's coming.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay, he's fine. Just a neighbor.
Juste pour vous expliquer comment les gens qu'on rencontre sont vrais et qu'on entre dans leur vie, quelques jours seulement après avoir rencontré Nicole, cette dernière est décédée d'une overdose de drogue. Donc, c'est la triste réalité des gens qui vivent dans ces quartiers. Combattre le crime dans les rues, c'est pas l'affaire de la police seulement. Toute la communauté doit s'impliquer. Et certaines personnes ont décidé d'en faire plus. Je m'en vais rencontrer le fondateur d'un groupe de gardiens de nuit, le NF Angel Neighborhood Watch, Josh Highway, qui circule dans les rues pour garder la paix. Ce qui me frappe, c'est de voir le dévouement avec lequel il s'implique dans son mouvement. Pour mieux comprendre, je lui ai demandé de me raconter son histoire qui a fait en sorte de pouvoir créer ce groupe-là et qu'est-ce qui les motive à parcourir les rues et risquer leur vie. So, Josh, tell me a bit about your organization.
Well, we were founded after my cousin was murdered in 2012. She was chopped up and scattered all through Niagara Falls. And then last year of June, my aunt was killed the same way, but not scattered, dismembered. And she was just put in one building, an abandoned building.
And why is that?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows why they're both killed the same way. Why I care so much is because no family member should die like that. You know what I mean? And it's sad that our family's still grieving a year later, 3 years ago, and we're still grieving for my cousin. So that's why I founded this organization, is to take back the streets what the community, it belongs to the community. It doesn't belong to these addicts, the drug dealers, the prostitutes. It belongs to us.
What's the response from the community?
We get a good feel from the community. They support us 100%, but you have some other people that don't.
What about the response you've got from the bad guys on the street?
My life's been threatened, say, about 12 times. It sucks, but like I said, you know, this is my goal and this is my dream. And I'm not going to let anybody threaten me, or I'm not going to let anybody discourage me from my dream.
Leur rôle n'est pas d'intervenir, mais plutôt d'être témoin, prendre l'information et de la remettre aux policiers. D'être intermédiaire entre les citoyens et les policiers pour justement faire en sorte que les citoyens qui n'ont pas confiance dans la police puissent leur parler à eux pour faire couler l'information. So this is a hot corner right here, eh?
Yeah.
Hot spot.
Very, very hot. After hours, that store is packed with drugs. This is the main area, and there's more on 18th Street. 18th and Pierce, that area is bad, but it's getting better because there's more people taking action. Communities taking action, neighborhoods taking action. Here, they don't care. They call this the middle war zone.
But as you can see, those guys don't want to be seen on TV, eh?
Nope, because they're drug addicts and drug dealers. And you know, as you see, as we've been walking and talking and showing you things, have you ever seen a cop come by yet?
Nope.
I haven't seen any cops come by.
So what about those guys?
Those guys, they hang out there all day.
What they do?
Don't know yet. Still trying to figure out what's really, you know.
Haven't found out yet?
Nope.
On continue à marcher sur la rue. On se rend compte des endroits. On peut voir où sont les dealers de drogue. On peut voir les bons citoyens qui, eux, sont témoins de tout ce qui se passe, mais malheureusement, sont trop effrayés pour s'en plaindre, intervenir ou d'en parler. C'est dans un environnement qui est très hostile. Et au final, qu'est-ce que ça lui donne? Seulement la satisfaction de faire la différence quant à le sentiment que les policiers n'arrivent pas à faire le travail par eux-mêmes.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
All right.
You guys hanging out today? Relaxing? That's all we get. That's it. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing? For you, I do.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Il n'y a aucun doute, lorsque je me promène avec lui, j'ai vraiment l'impression qu'il connaît les gens du quartier.
I can't go in on there.
You two behaving yourselves?
Yeah, I want to be on the camera. What's good with it?
How you been? You see that, right?
How you doing?
How you doing?
That's security right there. You're gonna put an arm around you and break you. Yeah, dude, you mess with that? No, hell no. He gonna break me. I don't.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why you got the camera?
Yeah, y'all making
We're doing a documentary about my organization and the life of Niagara people growing up in Niagara Falls.
Well, I ain't from here, but I'm up here.
I'm not from here.
Yeah, you have a good one.
You too. Donc, avec Josh, je me rends sur la 19e rue, qui est une des rues chaudes de Niagara Falls. Et sur place, on trouve un crack house. Oof. The smell, eh? Syringes, right there. Étant donné qu'ils ont placardé la maison, ben, ils viennent dans le garage. On peut voir les seringues, les détritus, ce qu'ils utilisent pour faire la drogue. On voit qu'ils défèquent, là, ils urinent, là. Il y a ce qui ressemble à des morceaux de couverture qu'ils vont utiliser pour faire des lits. Donc, ils consomment, perdent conscience, ils dorment là, ils font à peu près tout, là. Donc, c'est un crack house modèle.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on your grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People teased you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg.
En me promenant dans les rues de Niagara Falls, c'est difficile d'imaginer que, toute proportion gardée, il y a 3 fois plus de crimes à Niagara Falls qu'il y en a à New York. Mais les statistiques, elles, ne mentent pas. Donc, on s'entend qu'à part les chutes, Niagara Falls n'a pas grand-chose à vous offrir. Donc, pour mieux comprendre comment ça se passe dans le hood, il faut aller rencontrer des gens du hood. Et là, je m'en vais rencontrer Prolific, qui est un rappeur local. Puis ce qui est frappant, c'est que Prolific, il a son entourage, et on peut se rendre compte que, dans le hood, c'est quelqu'un.
Legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, baseline, look at your best. Do it like the rest. Vanity Fair, come on.
Hey, Prolific, how you doing?
All right, what's up? How you doing?
Ah, very good. Yourself?
Welcome to Niagara Falls, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Which part of the hood are we at now?
Right now, you in Midtown Niagara Falls right now. It's not really a large radius because, you know, Niagara Falls is a small community. But this is where the block's at, where, you know, you're gonna see the most activity, typical Niagara Falls life.
Donc, je commence à parler avec Prolific, puis alors que je suis en train de discuter avec lui, un de ses amis sort du dépanneur, la bière en main, faut s'entendre, il est encore très tôt, mais dans le hood, il n'y a pas vraiment d'heure.
Late 80s and early 90s, the block was vastly different. I mean, this block right here used to be flooded with hustlers. We couldn't, my grandmother, she would let us come to the store to get stuff for her, but we couldn't hang out for too long or ride our bikes, because this is where the hustlers, you know, get their stuff off at.
So what happened?
The drugs, already the economy is already suffering, and then you factor in the drugs, with everything it was just like a hurricane that swooped in that we still recovering from.
Donc, on continue de discuter. À un moment donné, il s'est même mis à pleuvoir. Et à ma grande surprise, il y avait un des membres de son groupe qui est arrivé avec quoi? Un parapluie pour faire sûr qu'il n'y avait pas d'eau qui tombe sur la tête de Prolifique.
All the people, like most of the working class people that had homes here, they moved out because, you know, you gotta think twice about even wanting to let your kid ride around the corner because, you know, they might ride on a needle in the street or something. I mean, just around the corner, you had some lady, she was chopped up, found in an abandoned house, and we talking right across the street from school.
Right here?
Yeah.
Right here, found her hands, her arms, her torso, and then they found her head down at the other end of the block.
So this is not what you expect when you come in Niagara Falls, because obviously when you think about it, it's all about holidays, having a good time, and obviously the falls itself.
Well, it's supposed to be the city of love, but it's the city of blood, if you ask me, because they sitting there killing everything that's moving.
It's different from Niagara Falls, New York, Niagara Falls, Canada.
What I'm hearing is there's a lot of drugs, violence, crimes. Everything goes on here, and still, you still love it.
You gotta learn how to adapt here, which we
Well, that's
growing up here, you
because-
learn how to adapt. And then as you get older, you learn how to get out the way.
But you can be sure to be out of the way. You live here. Sometimes, you know, like shit happen and might hit you.
It's like any other family, you know. I mean, you take the good and the bad. You just take everything as a collective and for what it is. So, you know.
And you have a son now.
Absolutely.
How you feel about raising him here?
You know, the kids now, they just, you know, they rush into the guns now. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I was fortunate to be in that last era of where, you know, cats, you would use these, but now it's like I saw that transition to where cats was bringing guns and knives to school, and then even I got caught up in doing that for a little while in my youth when, you know, I was, you know, carrying around my weapons and whatnot because, you know, it was that kind of climate.
So what happened when you're not from this place? I guess, you know, people notice you right away.
Now that's a good
When
question.
yeah, man, let me tell you something. Niagara Falls, we small, but we scrappy. And it just depends on your demeanor. Like, if you come humble, we love you, we gonna treat you like family. If you come in, especially from a big city, and you thinking you just gonna step in all over us because you from the big city, I done seen cats leave with their ass handed to them, like, for real, and they never came back.
Donc, dans le Hood, on peut comprendre que les gens du Hood supportent les gens du Hood. Et pour lui, c'est une genre de fierté et veut me montrer un des commerces qui appartient à des gens du Hood. Et on s'en va à un dépanneur, le RTR.
Oh, see, hell no. These niggas out here rolling dice. Hell no.
Bon, ben là, il est allé voir si c'était correct de venir ici. C'est un endroit qui est assez dangereux parce que, comme on peut voir, ils sont en train de jouer au dé dehors. Puis je crois pas que ce soit leur activité première.
So right now, man, we in RTR grocery store. This is the heart of Highland Avenue right now, man. So if y'all want to come in, go holler at
Une fois à l'intérieur, ce fameux dépanneur, et c'est ce que c'est, un dépanneur, parce qu'on retrouve pas grand-chose. Mais on retrouve quoi? La propriétaire de l'endroit.
I appreciate you even coming here, you know.
Oh, no problem. It's my pleasure, and actually, I would be remiss if I didn't do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wouldn't be a fair representation.
He had a very good word about you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's
You
very
know that.
professional.
You know that.
Because as you mentioned, there's not too many business owned by black people in this town.
It's a lot of people start, but a lot of people don't like to continue because it's so hard. It's a struggle. For me, I'm a fighter. I'm tough. I stay here to let them know that we can struggle and you can still stay mindset and stay in business and do the best you can.
And you're not doing it the easy way. It will be much easier to get in the nicest part of town, but you choose to stay here.
Right. No loans, no grants, no nothing. I work hard. If people don't come in here and buy nothing, they don't understand. They say, oh, you don't got this, you don't got that. If you don't come in here and buy, I can't. I'm not an Arab. I don't get financials. I never took a loan. I never got a grant. Everything in here is self-owned.
That's Niagara Falls for you. Like I said, family, tight-knit. That's what we do. We might bicker amongst each other, but we come together. We just take the good and the bad.
Yo, man.
Right. Right. Thank you.
Ce qu'il faut comprendre, que même dans le hood, il y a des gens qui veulent s'en sortir. Il y a des gens qui veulent que le quartier retrouve la splendeur d'antan. Donc, je me rends au restaurant Lady Janet, qui est un couple de gens qui ont vécu là et qui y vivent encore, qui ont décidé, eux, de partir leur propre restaurant. Pourquoi? Parce que ça a toujours été son rêve. Et avec l'aide de sa fille, ils ont réussi à trouver des fonds pour se louer un petit local et faire la cuisine comme Janet aime le faire. So you're Lady Janet.
Yes, I
And
am.
you're Al.
Al, yes.
Yeah? What it means to you to open up this place around here?
It's a privilege and an honor and a blessing. First of all, a blessing from God. The way we were able to get the restaurant and a lot of things that we have here, and to be able to maintain it and keep it going while we're supporting them. Every time we sell a meal, we give them a ticket. And they have a chance to win a free drink, meal, and a dessert every first of the month.
Can I get 2 tickets?
You can get as many tickets as you want as long as you come in and patronize us.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My daughter did it
I might
yesterday.
be here all the time, you know?
You taste the food, you will be here all the time.
I'm pretty sure. You better be ready. I eat a lot, eh?
I cook a lot.
All right.
Every
That's a
day.
perfect match there.
Every day.
You know, this is a rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you feel you can make a difference?
Yeah, we, in the past, we've cooked from our home and we cooked for the mission. We cooked for people that didn't have food, voluntarily cooked for people. My husband knows just about everybody. He was born and raised here. I came here in '95, but I know a lot of people just by sight. When we first opened up, I was mean. I wanted everything done right. And the word got out that she's a hardcore. Don't mess with her. But I'm a peach all the way through.
But also, you're a good cook. The word went out as well. So now we've been talking a lot about food. Why don't we actually eat some of those food?
Let me go check the macaroni and cheese.
All right. Les propriétaires sont vraiment là, très chaleureux, ce qui est propre, je vous dirais, à la communauté noire qu'on retrouve aux États-Unis. Parce que lorsqu'on réussit à faire fi de l'endroit où on se trouve, lorsqu'on a réussi à passer à travers la première barrière, qui est la crainte d'être agressé parce qu'elle est omniprésente, on réussit à y faire de belles découvertes. Et je dois dire que ce couple-là, c'est une belle découverte. How it was growing up here?
It was beautiful. You know, the greatest people I've met is from here to Canada and Buffalo, because it's a family city here. A lot of the greats done passed on, moved on, But this generation that's here and the people that I went to school with, it's just great. And I'm just honored to be able to have a business to reach out.
I have a lot of skills, and one of those skills, I love eating. So I'm good at eating food, and I love it. So I can connect with you there. Avec eux, j'ai réussi à passer un bon moment. J'ai goûté à la cuisine de Janet, mais surtout, j'ai réussi à connecter avec des gens qui ont réussi à me faire vivre leur passion pour leur ville, leur culture. Et je vous dirais qu'à travers tout ça, la joie de vivre qui fait en sorte qu'on continue à avoir de l'espoir et vouloir s'en sortir. Chapeau à Lady Janet et à son conjoint. Une fois avoir terminé mon repas, la fille de Lady Janet est arrivée et je me suis rendu à l'extérieur pour discuter avec elle parce qu'elle avait une histoire à me conter. So, Jessica, Niagara Falls might be like paradise for some people, but sometimes it's not paradise. Can you tell me a bit how you experience some kind of downfall of living here?
Well, in 2006, my kid's father was actually shot and killed. Stemmed over an argument. They said it was over a female, which was his cousin. And the girl's father, felt the need to go back in the house, grab a shotgun, and go after my kid's father.
How did you manage to deal with this?
Well, it kind of hurts to know that your kids will never be able to see their father again. Sometimes my girls, they'll be like, well, Mom, I don't remember what my dad sounds like. I'm kind of glad that I was able to record some of our little time that we did have, but it's still heartbreaking to know that the person that took my kid's father's life, they still can be with their family, enjoy picnics with their family, even though he's still in jail. So I don't feel it's fair.
Never thought about moving out of town?
Well, yeah, I have thought about moving out of town, but I helped my mom get her dream of getting her own restaurant. So right now it's just like, I don't know, it's something that's keeping me here. And even though Niagara Falls, everybody gives Niagara Falls a bad name, I think later on in life it's going to end up becoming better, hopefully, if we all get it together. Because the guns, it's not a good thing to have. Like if you guys have an argument, people have arguments out there, they just need to use the hands, back like they used to do back in the days. Use your hands, don't pick up a gun at all. I just find it unnecessary.
I'm gonna ask you for an advice because I'm standing here listening to you and it seems like you have no anger.
If I harbor hate or resentment, I'm never going to be better. I'm not going to be able to see good things. That's what I have learned in this 10 years, because the first year I was just like, oh, I can't stand him. I hope he rots in jail. I hope this happens to him. I hope that happens to him. But then you have to, let it go, because I'm not God. I'm just a plain individual out here just trying to make sure I survive for my kids.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you. You're like a big old teddy bear.
Au final, je vous dirais que si vous allez à Niagara Falls, restez du côté canadien. Parce que du côté américain, à part les chutes, Niagara Falls n'a pas grand-chose à vous offrir. À part la pauvreté, la criminalité et justement de voir une ville qui est seulement l'ombre de ce qu'elle était à un moment donné dans l'histoire. J'espère qu'un jour, elle va pouvoir retrouver ses lettres de noblesse, mais pour l'instant, je vous dirais que c'est un petit quartier et encore une fois, du côté canadien, un petit peu mieux.